Alright, in this video we're going to talk about the topic of positioning of services. Now, across many videos you may have noticed they talk about positioning of products, but here we specifically going to talk about how services work. Now, positioning is not what you do to any product or service, but what you do to the minds of the consumer. The moment I say low-fare airline, no one is going to talk about Emirates, but you may mention Indigo or Go, because Indigo and Go airlines are actually positioned in that particular manner. But the moment I say a premium airline, you would think of Etihad, Emirates, Singapore or Qatar. That's what positioning does. The main job of positioning here is to break through the clutter. If I give you an example of a product here, that will make you quickly understand. For instance, when I say 2 minutes, आपके दिमाग में आएगा Maggi, wherein there are many brands of noodles in the market. So what positioning actually does is it breaks through the clutter and makes you stick to a particular brand name. There are many strategies to position a service. Number one, positioning by the user type. For instance, Disney is positioned towards kids. Kidzania in Mumbai is again positioned towards kids. Health clubs are positioned towards, or gyms are positioned towards men and women over the age of 18 to say 45 or 50. Your user is actually your focus. Moving on to the next strategy, competitive positioning. Now in this case, two service brands will always keep taking a dig at each other to say who is the better one here. And in this case, the best example is of McDonald's versus Burger King, when all their campaigns are majorly campaigns by Burger King are aimed towards McDonald's. So that is again nothing but competitive positioning. Moving on to the third, and that is quality positioning. In this case, your service organization is famous for its quality. In this case, quality service given by famous airlines like Singapore, Qatar, or service offered by Indian hospitality giants, the Oberoi and the Taj. Moving on to number 4, strategy of positioning through the benefits offered in the service. Now in this case, you will highlight the benefit that the service will offer. And in this case, the best example could be insurance companies. For instance, someone like an LIC has a tagline which says, Zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad bhi. Very clearly highlighting what is the benefit of availing a service from LIC. In fact, HDFC Life Insurance had a very famous tagline which says, Sar utha ke jio. In this case, live with pride even after your retirement. So, the benefit clearly of availing the service. At number 5 is positioning by the price. This is where in most cases, where services offered by brands are of lower price and focus on the price importance as the value that they offer. In this case, all your low-fare airlines have always focused on the pricing aspect, saying that our tickets are cheaper. A lot of these quick service restaurants also talk about how cheap their burgers are or at what discount their burgers are available. Again, positioning by price. Now, this becomes very important for a country like India, where consumers are very, very price sensitive. In fact, a very good example of positioning by price is of Zero, the brokerage firm in India, where they started off with having zero brokerage charges on equity investments. Again, a positioning by price. Moving on to the next is positioning by being the leader in the market. Now, in most cases, every firm, every particular service sector will have many firms competing with each other, and one typically happens to be the leader. If you look at the airlines in India, Indigo for a very long time was a leader after Air India did all the possible mergers and acquisitions. But Indigo always used to be the leader when it comes to the on-time performance. So here, the service firm would like to highlight the market share or one aspect on which they are leaders. And finally comes excellence positioning. Now in this case, the service provider believes when it comes to providing services, they are the excellent or they excel among all their peers in that particular segment. The best example here could be your MBA colleges in India, such as the IIM, the ISBs of the world, wherein students give the CAT exam and join these prestigious colleges, thus portraying they're the best in the industry. So this brings an end to the different types of positioning strategies if you run a service outlet. Thank you and easy area.